Welcome back, everybody. This is She and I. I am your host, B Love. And like always, I have my very special host with me.
India Marie.
Oh, India Marie and B Love, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you need, but you got us, and we are here to stay. This is the best thing to happen on a Tuesday. Well, damn it, since Monday. Give it up one time again. It feels so darn good to be back. India. That was like a cue for you to say hello or something.
No, that ain't even how this goes.
Anyway,
India, ask the question. That's
how was
how it
your week?
goes.
How was your week? What are you looking forward to? Tell me all the good stuff. Let's get it. Feeling
Last week
good.
started off cool, ended off crazy.
Don't talk about it yet. It's going to be our deep dive. It's going to be in our segments. It is.
I won't talk about that then because it took up. It took up the whole week.
It did, man. We had a rough, fun, interesting week. Needless to say, it was a little bit different. Man, I lost my wallet too. Did I say that last time?
So you asking me about
My
me
bad.
I
had to say it out loud.
I
I had to say it. I lost my wallet though. Like that's crazy. Go ahead.
Really, I'm just gonna talk about my event. I announced an event last week.
Indeed. Hold on, girl.
Called the Extraordinary Women Makers Market. It's
Extraordinary
March
Women.
27th. Actually, this event is open to all businesses, not even just Black-owned. Well, all women-owned businesses, not just Black-owned businesses.
Okay. Okay, I see the
funny
vibes.
though because I think I may only have like maybe one or two vendors that are not Black.
Come on, my minorities. They're the minorities now. Come on, minorities, get your ass in here and get some vendors.
I don't even know like what to even. I've had quite a few, other people reach out.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I tell them my vendor fee and they go crickets and I can't be bothered by it, honey. So,
man, let me tell you something. It goes back to something that we said a while ago. Like just because it's Black don't mean you got to get a discount. Like you charging the same prices that everybody else charges.
Actually, so it's funny because there was just an event. The space that I'm having the event in is called Ozari. It's inside of L&L Market. And it's a beautiful space. But in order for me to have events in beautiful spaces, they cost me more money.
Beautiful fees.
And so there was just a market there last month.
Okay.
I know that vendor fee was more than mine because I was invited to be a part of that market.
And I remember you telling me how much the fee was. I almost shed a brick, but still, I was going to have to pay it.
And so I announced my event, and my vendor fee is in the range, but it's less than what that fee was. And I know that some of the girls who were a part of that market reached out to me about my market. That's just not willing to pay the fee. But I'm fine with that because
it ain't for you, right?
Who is going to be there? It's going to be there. It's
there
still
you
going
go.
to be a beautiful event, and that's just what it's gonna be. But honestly, it's really nothing to hide. If you want to be a part of the event, I think I have like 5 vendor spaces left at this point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your ass in and get live. Let's go.
Just email me at hello@shedidthat.com. The vendor fee is $215.
Let's do it. Listen, man, come say us. If you got, I'm gonna break the math down for you just in case you're slow. If you got 10 things and you sell 10 things for $20 a pop, guess what you just did?
Made your money back.
Come on, man. Listen, if you said 11, you made a profit. 10, you made your money back. Stop acting cheap and get your ass in. Let's go.
Because part of the market, obviously the markets
are
to sell your products, but it's also to help get your business out because people might be there who they may not shop from
awareness.
They might not shop from you that day.
Brand awareness, man. Let's go.
They'll probably shop from you at some point. But anyways, yeah, Extraordinary Women Makers Market. That's what I'm most excited about because it's actually coming That's next
It's
week.
coming around. She'll be coming around.
Is it?
I hope not.
It's next week. It's next Saturday. So,
Damn.
yeah.
Hey, there it is. So she told you. Where can they reach out to you again?
hello@shedidthat.com.
hello@shedidthat.com. Holla at the home girl and let her get you in where you fit in so you can vend, my friend. Ooh, I'm on fire today. I can already tell what type of pod it's about to be. So anything else you want to mention you're looking forward to? Because I got a lot to talk about and a little bit of time to talk about it.
That's it.
All right, well, let me go ahead and do this before I forget.
Oh,
see, I told you had something else. I told you.
This
I told
was literally
you. I
just.
told you.
I mean, I could have waited to the end, but since I'm already talking about it, usually I do charge like tickets to get into my events, but this one is actually free.
Look,
it's open to the public.
Free.
So even if you don't want to shop, just come by, check out the event, get some business cards, and follow the girls on Instagram.
What date?
March 27th. That's on a Saturday, and it's from 11 to 5. So you got a good chunk of time, to pop in at some point throughout the day.
Hey, did you do what I said earlier though?
What?
Did you pick somebody to win the gift card, the Hulu vibes?
I didn't know you had texted me.
Lord, let me tell y'all something about India. We live together, right? Man, we live together in the same house.
All the more reason why you should have texted me.
I did text you. I was doing something, and you were doing something too. It's easy. She'll respond to Ophelia, Amber, Sydney, Kayla, the whole gang. If I forgot your name, you just know it's with love. But she'll respond to all of them. When it comes to responding to me and I live in the house, I get zero love. Ain't that some damn shit? But anyway, I told you to pick the winner for the Hulu giveaway contest, and you didn't even do it. But let's get on to it, man.
We'll announce it on...
Well, by the time this comes out, it's going to be announced. I just want to say the winner on the podcast. Okay. But by the time this comes out Tuesday, the winner would have already been announced on Instagram. So check it out. If you did win, congratulations to you. And we'll do it again probably next month. I think I'll do this once a month, man. So tell a friend to tune on in a real way. But let's get right into it this week. Let me hit the button.
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
Yes, indeed. So listen, here we go. It's funny, right? I want to talk about like 2 or 3 things, but I'll start at the top. As we get ready to go outside again, it's getting warm. And it's something that we don't talk about really. I think we should normalize talking about uncuffing season, but we'll talk about that later on. We always talk about cuffing season and what's going to happen. Let's normalize talking about uncuffing season. Talk about breaking up for the summer. It's hot outside. Time to see some thighs. Ooh! But anyway, not me though, but I'm just saying in general, we should talk about that. However, what I do want to talk, go ahead. You about to say something. Uncuffing season. Ain't no one.
But that would technically
uncuffing season.
But I feel like uncuffing season
is always, right now. Daylight savings.
No, I feel like uncuffing season ends before Valentine's Day.
Nah, right now it's daylight savings time. The days get longer, brunches get stronger, and it's time to go out here and kick it. You feel me?
Ain't nobody putting in all that work for the holidays like Christmas and Valentine's Day coming. Because the thing is, cuffing season happens what?
In
October,
the cold,
right?
In the dead of winter.
Yeah, October, November, you probably get cuffed.
Yeah.
And so because it's a new thing and it's fresh, you're not spending holidays together. You're just doing a lot of Netflix and chilling. And you're probably not exchanging Christmas gifts because you just met. So
that's the vibe.
They're probably breaking up before Valentine's Day.
They might, but
I feel like Valentine's Day is far more pressure than Christmas.
You got a good point. So
it's like we can rock this thing out through Christmas because we just met. So we're not going to see each other's families. We're probably not actually exchanging Christmas gifts on Christmas Day.
You got a good point.
And so, but Valentine's Day is far more.
You know what it is?
So much more pressure because it's the Lover's Day.
I got you though.
People's need to go on a date to get the roses and the candy and all of that stuff. So I feel like if people are participating in uncuffing season, it's for sure happening before Valentine's Day.
I got something for you, something real special, something real sweet. Uncuffing season is a season. You know what I mean? So a season just doesn't happen in one day. It could start at Valentine's Day, But the peak of the season, like the peak of summer, is in what? July. After July 4th,
yeah.
boy, you be hotter than the devil's house at barbecue in the backyard, running around naked with women. But the peak of cuffing season starts right now. Actually starts on today. Well, we're recording the podcast a little bit early, March 14th. Daylight savings time. The days have gotten longer now, so now it's time to go out there and get your Mac on. Now, listen, sundress season is coming as well, so it's going to be seasonal approaches to becoming uncuffed. Break the chains, be free, go out there and look at some cheeks and do it for me.
And I really feel like it should switch because people are always talking about cuffing season being in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I feel like the summertime is also a good time for cuffing season.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Because you can get some really good vacations in. But the thing is, y'all just started dating. So the girl, like, it's easier to go half because you just started dating.
But all right, so let's stay right here. We on to something good. This is not even what I plan on talking about.
Brunch dates, patio season.
But why we got to be an item, though, to do that? Like, why can't we be like platonic, maybe freak buddies, and be going out? We hit a brunch, then we go home and kick it. We go on vacation. You just could be my designated, like, what can I say? My designated friend, summer love. You could be my designated summer love. However, we both know that there's no strings and no stipulations to what we had.
So really, you're just doing this like you're dating somebody to stay in the house. You don't want to be seen, is what you're telling me. Because you're like,
man, every guy, I don't care what they say, every guy out there wants to find him a good-looking, attractive girl to pull up to the brunch spot with. Now, listen, if you're going out with the homies, it's a different thing. But if you about to go to brunch, man, you want to find you something nice to have at brunch because you want to feel the vibes after brunch. Y'all go back and, you know what I'm saying, you lay up with her, or you just, nobody wants to be with an ugly or a baddie with a bad attitude.
Well, it's probably not even like going to lay up because summer brunch used to be like so lit.
That's what I'm saying.
You go out and you get drunk. And you have a good time, but you're probably not going home and laying. No, you probably finna go home and have some old nasty hot sex.
So why you want to do that with the ugly or a baddie with a bad attitude? You want to do that with the girl who's fun, who knows how to get the summer vibes going, who's gonna laugh with you, talk to you. You want to be with the homie lover friend.
So it's really just so you can date different people throughout the year. Because what would be the problem with doing that with the same person that you cuffed in the wintertime?
Nothing wrong with it, but see, in the wintertime, listen, all right, listen.
What if you're just not cuffing people that look as nice in the wintertime because you in the house?
You might want to cuff a gorilla in the winter, and then somebody, a cheetah in the summer. I don't know what you might want to do. But all I'm saying is in the winter, you got the girl that may, you know, just be a little more domestic, got real domestic vibes on her. That can cook real good, and y'all can lay up. She can play spades real well. But in the summertime, you got the old young tenderoni that likes to run around, take vacations, and then have other men pay for drinks and stuff like that. That's the vibes you may be looking for the uncuffing season. So, hey, it's uncuffing season. Do your thing, find out what you like, and go out there and be free.
But I feel like at this age, we too old for that.
What you mean?
No, we're too old for that.
Why
too old for that? Because it's literally just because you just playing games. Ain't nobody got time for that. You literally talking about this from the male perspective. Right, so I don't know women want to get cuffed. Listen.
Oh my God, season, the song got that right. You a runner, you a track star.
Come on, man. Season is a man thing. Mostly a man thing.
You being oblivious.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you being naive.
No, I'm not. Actually, if we're talking about the traditional cuffing season, women are probably cuffing them for a completely different reason. Men are just like, I want somebody to be in the house to be domesticated with and all that shit. And women just want to get cuffed for the gifts, for the holidays.
I know one of my homegirls. I know this girl, one of the homegirls. She dated in the wintertime, this guy. When I looked at her, I looked at him, I'm like, they don't like, they match. Two things don't go together here. But it was the winter. Guess what? Uncuffing season came. My boy ain't nowhere in the scene no more. And my girl, guess where she at? On the scene without him. Give it up for her. Out here, having a ball. Living it up.
How you know she didn't get dumped?
Nah.
How How do you know that he didn't uncuff her? Like, what are you saying?
I don't know, but I feel like looking at him and looking at her.
Looks have nothing to do with it. Girls be attractive to niggas for personalities. Like, we be looking at personality. So she could have gotten uncuffed.
I'm attracted to you because of your personality, for real though. Everybody laughed at that statement, even you laughed. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. We know, we all know the vibes. Relax. But I said that to say it is uncuffing season, and I brought all of this up to say I'm thinking about getting vaccinated. I texted you that the other day, remember? I told Indy, I said, hey, man, I know what I said in the beginning. I'm thinking about to hit that vaccine, man. Give me the juice in my arm. And the reason why, we're about to travel. We're going out of town, about to take a trip to in my yayo, and I want to be, kind of be free. I'm wearing a mask still, but I still want to protect myself. And somebody made a good point. I forgot what I was listening to, but they said, hey, I know the JBP. And Parks was like, hey, he's getting vaccinated so he can go around his mother, his grandmother, his father, and his niece who has leukemia without the fear, of spreading the virus to them. Even though he might go get tested and he may be asymptomatic or the test may come back negative, he still doesn't want to have that hanging over his head that he might be spreading the virus. So for us, my parents got it. They got the vaccine, so I feel good about that. Now I'm like, damn, do I want to get the vaccine? Because I do feel like you said it. We're going to Miami. Then we could be going to Houston. Shout out to Ophelia. You feel me? And then we could be taking another trip I could be taking a trip with the homies. You could be taking a trip with the homegirls. Listen, 2021 might be open. It might be, you got your stimulus coming. I know you ain't mentioned it to me. I know, listen, my girl been quiet as a church mouse over here. She about to get stimulated. And I ain't about to get none of it. But she ain't told me nothing about this stimulus.
We file our taxes separately. That's
I did
why.
make a mistake. Yeah, we did. We filed our taxes separately, and I made a mistake, and I claimed Blake on mine last year to the detriment of both of us. That's a mistake. I never do that again.
So we don't even get the child. We don't even get the child credit.
Look, man, I've been paying taxes since I was 23 years old. If anybody out there knows how not to pay taxes, holla at your boy legally. Holla at your boy. I'm all about it.
Well, I'm trying to see what we have gotten it.
Yeah, for sure. You
had we
got
filed
28.
No. Had we filed together?
No.
What is it? 150.
I don't know, man.
150 as a couple.
Man, why you talk? Don't talk about it. Come on, we talking about the podcast right now. Why you talking about all this stuff out loud?
I'm saying, like, did we screw ourselves? So we would have gotten it.
Anyway, let's keep talking about the podcast. You're doing too much.
We would have gotten way more.
I never know her to talk so open and freely before in my life.
You've been a freak right now. Like, I don't even understand.
The IRS might be watching this. You know how I feel about that. I'm scared of that.
I did check it though. I don't know if y'all know this, but you can go to the IRS.
I checked yours too. I got your social security number. You getting yours on March 17th. I checked it. Give it up for me one time for your mind. Listen, she really thought she was about to be stimulated and not let me find out when the check was hidden. March 17th, bank account. And I know how the vibe's going to be up until March 17th. Soon as March 17th hit, my girl going to be out. She about to go to Sephora. She about to go to all the fancy beauty. She about to get a mixed swimsuit. She showed me a swimsuit the other day, $95. I'm like, damn. It's expensive ass swimsuit, $95. Then I said, let me go type in 41. I said, let me see what's going on with this stimulus check. March 17th.
That's not true. Actually, that's not what I'm using the stimulus check for at all.
I'm about to get stimulated. Okay, all right, it's a vibe.
I'm using my other money for my Miami money. That stimulus check is being saved because I'm planning a whole event. What do you think is going to happen with this money?
You about to get $95 going to this swimsuit. I know the vibes. Anyway, let's tell the people what happened during the week. This is what I wanted to get to right here. The main subject beside uncuffing season, which is a real thing. We'll talk about that this week, perhaps. But what I really want to talk about in a real way is what happened with Blake. This episode will probably be all about uncuffing and Blake. India, I'll let you go from here.
So last week was a long week for the whole house. None of us slept. So, I feel like everybody's allergies and sinuses was pretty bad last week. I don't know what was blooming in the air or whatever the case may be, but it was bad. So I would say starting Monday. Granted, I feel like Blake's nose is always running a little bit, but he's a toddler and they put everything in their mouths. So Monday, I would say, is when he just got super congested.
Yeah.
And so people be saying that moms who do like a bunch of like natural stuff, they be calling them crunchy mamas, but
granola. Granola.
I do a lot of like natural home remedies and all of that stuff, but I will say that generally speaking, they work.
Crunchy granola. That's a hell of a word.
And I couldn't shake this cold or these sinuses or whatever Blake had going on. So I was giving him Zyrtec, but I was also using other like natural stuff that I normally use on him, and it just wasn't working. And so I was just like, okay. So then probably about Tuesday or Wednesday, I noticed him scratching.
Some of my boy getting down too, all in his
scratching.
Neck. What's wrong with you, bro?
And so I was like, why is he itching? Wednesday is when I noticed that he had actual bumps.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay. Wednesday night was the worst night of it all. He didn't sleep at all.
Super dad over here woke up. Well, India be sleeping. My girl be sleep. Don't wake up in the middle of the night. She's no good to anybody. So she'll go.
Blake, there, I will get up.
I'm about to say that. I'll let me get done. You'll go say, Blake, are you okay? And he'll say, yeah. I'll say, I got him. You good? And you'll go, okay. And you'll sleepwalk right back to the bed.
Anyways, so his right nostril, I couldn't get it to drain.
Oh, it's right.
It was completely closed off. I couldn't suck anything out of it. Like, I couldn't do anything. And my boy was just miserable.
He was hurting, man.
So I said, all right, enough's enough. I'm taking him to the doctor. Took him to the doctor on Thursday. That lady looked me dead in my face and said that he was fine. So I'm literally explaining to her everything that's going on with him.
Yeah.
I'm telling her that, he can't breathe. He's super stopped up. He has these bumps. They're multiplying. He's constantly scratching them. I think that he may have had an allergic reaction to something, but the fact that they're multiplying makes me think that it may not be an allergic reaction. It could be something else. It's probably just the grass. It's just that time of year.
This mister.
And I said, okay, so what about the congestion? Because he literally can't breathe out of his nose. Like he's snoring at night.
Big snoring.
Is that the issue? He can't breathe out of his nose? Give him some Robitussin. So I'm looking at her like, Robitussin?
Big robe.
So in the back of my head, I'm knowing that I'm probably not going to give him Robitussin, but
crunchy granola.
So I get ready to leave, or she's getting ready to walk out of the office. She looked me dead in my face. She said, he looks great. Smiled at me and walked out.
Now let me stop you right here. Can I hop in?
Mm-hmm.
This whole time I was like, man, India, I don't think I like Blake's pediatrician. India said the same thing a long time ago. We said it so long, well, not a long time, probably about last year.
No, it was a long time ago.
About a year and a half ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
We found in the same office, you found another pediatrician.
Yeah, so
she was a black lady.
No, she wasn't.
Really?
So he was going to this one pediatrician like since birth. Then she did something to piss me off.
Yeah.
And then every time I tried to make an appointment, she was never available. So we had started seeing the nurse practitioner.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
So we were seeing the nurse practitioner. So I called one day and I was like, just switch him to the nurse practitioner. I don't want him to go to this doctor anymore. Just switch to the nurse practitioner. So he had been seeing her for about a year.
Yeah.
Well, the pandemic hit, the nurse practitioner quit. And so they called and they asked me if I wanted him to go see another doctor in the office. And I told them no, because I had also seen that doctor before too. And she gave me very racist, like upfront racist vibes. And so I was just kind of like, no, just put us back with his first doctor because we know her at this point. So they put us back with her. And I still knew that I was probably going to switch his pediatrician. Mm-hmm. But this visit forced me to find somebody else like quick. So you know what else I noticed?
I do not, because I'm waiting on it.
When we first started taking him there were actually a lot of Black nurses that worked in the office.
Yeah, I remember the cool one. She was talking about her grandson. She talked my head off of that day. I'm like, lady, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, since the pandemic, none of those Black nurses are in the office anymore.
They got out like the movie Get Out.
So now the office literally only has white women working in there.
So let me talk about something right here. I'm gonna hop in. When India went to the pediatrician, she dismissed him. I said that, like, nothing's wrong. You guys, he looks fine. Didn't even try to get to the root of the problem. I don't know if it was like, hey, this Black mom doesn't really know what she's talking about. She's coming in all hyped up and probably nothing's wrong, or she didn't take the time out to try to figure out what was wrong with my son. So I'm pissed off at this point. And I do think that there's an unconscious bias when you go to certain pediatricians that look at Black mom, like young Black moms, really, and young Black families, looking at us kind of like, man, do y'all even got insurance? Is that in the third? It's a wild thing, and I felt like that from the jump with this pediatrician. I'm like, why you being like that? Like, my money's spent, my child. I just want you to give my child the same or better service that you would give anybody else. That's all we're looking for. And if something is wrong, we just need to know so we can fix the problem.
I was going to say, and back to your point when it comes to like their unconscious bias towards young Black families. So did we tell the story on the podcast where you picked the wrong insurance this year?
Yeah, we told this.
Okay, so y'all know we're on the high deductible insurance plan. And it's already March, and I've already had to go to the doctor. Blake has had to go to the doctor.
Guess who hasn't gone to the doctor? The motherfucker that's paying for the insurance. Him. I ain't been to the doctor at all. But guess what? Every check, about $245 come out of it.
So
hurting.
Bear picked the high deductible insurance plan.
My mistake.
So what's crazy is I had just taken him to the doctor like a week before his birthday for a rash that he had. And so I feel like I paid a deductible that day, but I may not have. I honestly don't remember. And so when I took him back last Thursday, to see about the bumps he had all over his body and his congestion and stuff, they were like, you have an overdue balance from your last visit. And I was like, really? I was like, well, what is the balance? And it was like $71 and some cents or whatever. So she looks at me and she was like, do you want me to put you on a payment plan?
For $71 damn dollars. Listen to me. Everything that we're talking on right now costs more than $71, people. And this lady tried this. And if you don't got 71, that's cool. Let me know and I'll let you borrow 71. You just got to give it back. What I'm saying is, don't try to fade me with $71. I picked the wrong insurance. It ain't my fault.
Well, and it's not even about like whether you can afford it or not. It's the automatic assumption that you can't.
The lady said, do you need to be on the payment plan? She about to make me pay $10 a month for 7 months.
So I was like, no, I'll just pay the 71 today. And she was like, oh, okay. And I was just like,
bro, it's 71 bucks.
Oh, you be weird about it, lady. And so anyways, when I was getting ready to leave the visit, I asked her, I said, so is there like not anything that you can prescribe him, to help him at this point? And she was like, well, no, not really. So then there was a cream that he had been prescribed like a couple years ago that we had put on him for a rash or whatever. And I was like, well, can you prescribe us some more of that cream? Because I'm thinking that it'll at least like calm the bumps down or whatever. And she was like, oh, fine. Yeah, sure. I can go ahead and prescribe you some of that.
Well, basically, like, you don't need it, but shit, if you want it, I'll give it to you. This whole time we thought Blake had chicken pox.
And so and then I was like, well, can you give me an allergist referral or something? Because he has bumps. Like, we got to figure out where the bumps coming from, lady.
He got bumps. He can't breathe at night. He's sneezing, snotty nose, and all you going to say is, goodness gracious, he looks great. By golly, look at you guys raising a black son. You get your dumb ass out here and give me some damn medication.
So I left, and obviously Bear and I were upset about it because
I'm at work pissed all day.
Thursday night, he was still miserable. And, old folks always got the remedies. I ain't trying to call my mama old, but she's older than me. And she was like, you think you might have chickenpox? And I was like, Mom, they look like chickenpox a little bit to me. And she was like, why don't you go get some Caladriel? Which apparently you can't find Caladriel nowhere in Nashville. But I did get some calamine lotion. And so I just covered him in that. And it did help him sleep that night. So the next day, and I said this on my Instagram story if anybody caught it, but I do have a hard time with social media. That's why I'm never consistent on it. I just don't like it, generally
About
speaking.
to get a camera, though. She about to be lit.
But I got on there, talked about my story, and there were several people who sent recommendations.
Oh, yeah, thank y'all, too, for all the recommendations y'all sent.
Doctors. And so I had called this one lady that somebody referred me to. Their office didn't even answer the phone. I left a voicemail, and I had just been waiting for them to call me back. They still ain't called me back. But then another girl reached out to me, and she was like, hey, shout out to Brandy.
Brandy.
She reached out to me, and she was like, you should try my doctor. He's phenomenal. He's in Murfreesboro. Like, we make the drive because he's such a great doctor. So I was like, all right,
it's
great.
Drive.
So I called that office, and I was like, do you take sick patients, sick visits for new patients?
Yeah.
And I was like, if you're planning to stay here, like, switch him here. And I said, yes, I'm trying to find a new pediatrician. And she was so confused because I must have sounded like I was in a panic. And she was like,
she was distressed.
She was like, do you even know which doctor you want to see? And I was like, yes.
The blackest one you got. Give me the blackest one.
Dr. Derek Johnson. That's the doctor we took him to in Murfreesboro.
Blackest one. Look at that name. Derek. Good, strong black name.
And so they were like, okay, he can take you today at 3. No, he was like, he can either see you today at 3, 3:10 or 3:20. And I was like, put us down for the 3:20. We'll be there.
Run it.
So we get there, and he comes into the office. He comes into the room, and he's checking Blake out. He's asking me what's going on. So I'm giving him the rundown.
What did Blake do?
And he said, Blake was not like having it. He was so moody in the doctor's office.
Now, what did he do though?
What?
Out his ass.
Oh yeah, he tooted. He did. He said he looked at them, but he said, I tooted. It was like, y'all, it was like an egg toot. It smells so bad. But anyway,
they had nothing to do with nothing. My son is uncouth.
But he asked me, he was like, where have you been? Have you been around anybody? And he's asking all these questions, and I was like, I don't think so. And I was like, but we do go to the park. And he said, let me get my special light. So he leaves the room, comes back with this light, and there's like a magnifying glass attached to it. And he's looking at the bumps. Mind you, his original pediatrician did not even examine him that closely at all. She just kind of she took his hand. She was just like, nah, nothing. So he looks, and he looks at me. He said, all right, Mom, you want the bad news or the bad news? And I was like,
I would have passed out.
Yikes.
Man, don't play with me.
I was like, what does he have? And he was like, he has scabies. And I said,
I don't know what a scabies. I said, you mean rabies? When India told me, I said, rabies?
And I was like, scabies. And he was like, yeah, he got scabies. So he told me the only thing that I can describe it as is like a tick, a flea, chiggers, or something like that. A bug that gets under the skins, lays eggs, and that kind of stuff. That's pretty much what it is. And I was like, well, how do you get it? Because one thing Bear has always known about me is that I'm terrified of bugs.
Yes, Lord.
And
both of us are clean people. Like, we are borderline germaphobes.
We get our house sprayed routinely. Like, we do not actually, the man is supposed to come this week to spray the house this week. Yeah. And so I was like, how on earth could he have gotten it? And he was like, come in close contact with people skin to skin, or through like clothes, or, stuff like that. So I was like, well, dang, he did hug a kid at the park. Blake is a hugger.
And what else did he do at the park?
Did we told the whistle story too? Yeah,
he did tell this story.
And so when he was saying, I did tell him about that whistle incident. He was like, no, he wouldn't have gotten it from that because that's exchanging saliva. So he would have had to
got mono from that.
Yeah, he would have had to hug that kid, or I don't know, if the kid had a scabies mite on him, Blake hugged him, the mite jumped off the kid and onto Blake's clothes. However, there's like a period of time. So sometimes you can get exposed to scabies and you don't actually start itching and the bumps show up until 2 to 6 weeks later. So honestly, there's no telling where he got it from. And then
Blake's been outside. He's been in the park. He's been to the museum.
Yeah. He's been to the museum. He's hugged a couple of kids over the past month. And so I was just like, he's such a friendly kid. But I'm like, I guess next time we're at the park and he meets a friend and they start playing, usually it's the moms or the parents. They're like, you want to give them a hug before they leave?
No hugs. You know what? We're cool. Give a fist bump, give a peace out, something else. But we got to figure out things that we can do to other kids to wish them well before they're going about their merry ass way.
Yeah. And
because we ain't having it. This is the first and last time we getting scabies, rabies, herpes, any of these. And none of that coming in this house.
Like, it's a lot. Because I obviously, when he said scabies, I went down a research hole.
Applebee's.
Like, I was on Google all night, the night they told us that he had it. And so
really, my mom, her mom.
Yeah. So I'm like literally having to wash everything in the house. And then Barrett and I did the scabies treatment too. So, okay, so back to the original story. He said, he's like, he's having like an allergic reaction. It's causing all of this congestion. So you need to give him Benadryl at night, Zyrtec in the morning for the next, 7 days or whatever. Yeah. He prescribed us a cough medicine to help with the draining of all the mucus and the congestion that he's been dealing with. And then he also gave us the treatment, which is like a cream. And there's like a certain chemical in it. What is it called? Permethrin, I think.
Chlorine.
No.
Oh.
I think it's called permethrin.
My bad.
I could be saying that wrong. But anyways, that is like what kills the scabies mice.
Gotcha.
So we rubbed him down in that on Friday night. And then last night, which would have been Saturday, you and I
rubbed ourselves down.
We did the treatment too, but we're still having to go back and wash everything, and then we have to do one more treatment 7 days from now. So,
saying all that to say this, man, don't go to doctors with the mindset that they gonna know everything that's going wrong, because they probably are not, especially if they already have some kind of unconscious bias with them.
I would just say trust your gut, because when I was leaving there, I was like, that ain't right. I was like, the way he's scratching and itching with these bumps, ain't no way he no. And I was
digging deep too, really getting in there.
I was thinking that it was eczema, because I do think he has a little bit of eczema, but the bumps were so sporadic. I was like, this just don't, eczema is usually like rashes.
Yes.
But these are like little sporadic bumps everywhere. So I was like, dog, she is playing us right now.
Played us. We like, man, how you doing that though? And I could not believe this is the same pediatrician we've been seeing since day one. So she already know we're not coming there for play. We coming there to get a diagnosis. All we want to know is if something is wrong, let us know. Man, let me tell you, it was so bad. Indy kind of told this part, but I'm gonna double back down. Blake woke up in the middle of the night, could not sleep. It was like 2:30, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 2.
I took him, I put him on my chest. We laid on the couch. He was snoring so hard, I couldn't believe it. I felt so bad for the little fella. I started Googling ear, nose, and throat doctors. Vanderbilt got my boy in quick. They're going to get him in fast. But all that to say, if all these people, all these specialists, we've done our own research now, could tell us the diagnosis and could get us in and see us before the end of March, why couldn't our own pediatrician do it from the jump? So that tells me she didn't even want to help. Either she was too lazy or incompetent or had some type of underlying issue with the skin color, my friend.
No, and I am planning to call up there.
I'm going to give a Google review. No stars.
If anybody knows how you handle that, because it was definitely a misdiagnosis. Obviously, it wasn't nothing.
It was big time something.
And you talking about bugs in our house. So, it's like, who knows what it could have turned into.
Right.
Other than we not caught it when it did. And we don't know shit about scabies.
No, this is scabies, lice sound like it's white to me, but I don't know. Like I really don't know. So
well, and I did have
put
a
me
couple
on
of people
game.
reach out to me and say that they had it before.
Okay.
This one girl told me that she used to work in a foster care home,
Okay.
and she had gotten it from there. And from what I was reading, and then another girl said that she worked in a daycare and at a summer camp, and she saw a scabies outbreak in both places.
Oh, okay.
And so, from what I hear, it is very common in like childcare, nursing homes, like places like that. Um, but considering Blake is at home with us every day, and Bear and I don't go anywhere, like
I
Bear
go
goes
one
to the
place.
gym,
That's it.
and
One place.
I go to the doctor. Like I go see my eye doctor once a week,
She does.
and Bear goes to the gym. That's literally as
That's
far as
all we
in the
do.
grocery store. So we ain't out in these streets like that. So I know he had to have gotten it from somebody else. He didn't get it from us.
Nah, we ain't got it, cuz we ain't. But you know what? It brings me to another topic that I want to talk about. It was funny that right after this, I was listening to my other favorite show, The Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne was talking about this lady who is a teacher. I'm sorry, kindergarten teacher in Arkansas. I think her name was Karen Lassiter, and what she did. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna play y'all a little bit of what happened right now. This works, and I want y'all to see the vibes of what happened in this story. So here we go. Check it out right now. Let's play it. Carla Lassiter. Come on, bro. Not at all. Hmm. I'm gonna stop it right there. I just want y'all to hear that, but it's so bad and it's so true too. It's all messed up. How this lady made this young black boy dig in the toilet to unclog it after he took a dump and clogged up the toilet, man, sometimes your stomach hurt and you don't know what's gonna come out of you until you put it down in the toilet. It's not his fault.
Come up to the school.
That was my question.
And physically carry me out of there from dragging her ass up and down the hallways.
What would you have done?
I would have had to go back to Orange Mound.
Listen, man, I would have to call the school. Had that happened, I would have asked to speak to Carol Lassiter's boyfriend. If she had a boyfriend, if she doesn't have a boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, she got a girlfriend, I would have said, let me speak to your daddy because I'm about to fight somebody finna catch these hands.
Like, how belittling. And he's 5. He will always remember that his kindergarten fucking teacher made him stick his hand down the toilet and pull his own shit out of it.
Man, I don't even like, listen, when Blake uses the potty, I don't like grabbing his and dumping it into the big toilet. Like, that's nasty. I don't even like doing that.
I'm just gonna have to tell Blake, like, when he starts school, if a teacher ever makes you do something that you know in your heart that you don't ever want to do, don't do it. Walk out of the classroom.
Yeah.
Walk out of, and Blake got a lot of sense because, for instance, Blake was talking about his penis. And you know, older people have a hard time saying the word penis. And they want to say private part. And we told Blake that he has a penis. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
So I think they were like, that's your private part. And Blake said, no, it's not. It's my penis.
Mm-hmm.
I want Blake to have that same energy with no matter who he's talking to. If he knows it to be a fact, if he knows that's not right, I want him to always be able to say that.
Yeah.
So that is something that we will always teach him, especially when he going into people's classrooms and we're not there with him.
Yep.
If you know that you ain't supposed to be doing that, and they try to make you do it, walk out of the classroom. Have her call me. Say, call my mama.
There it is.
Call my mama.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and call mom and let her figure it out because I ain't got nothing to do with it. But when I heard this story, man, I was so caught off guard because, like the rest of the clip would go on to say, I feel like the teacher did that just to embarrass this little black boy. In the back of her mind, she may have not thought about it like that at the time, but she did that to prove a point and to embarrass him, the little black boy, in front of all of his other classmates. Like Indy said, he's 5 years old. I remember stuff that happened to me when I was 5. You know what I mean? So you got to think of what kind of effect it's going to have on him in the long run. He might be a plumber. He might be the best plumber ever, but this could have affected that. He might have been. Now, he might not even want to be a plumber after pulling out doo-doo. You don't want to do that. That's nasty with your bare hands.
Yeah, I remember our kindergarten teacher, she said something. She didn't call us stupid, but it was something along those lines of like, y'all aren't bright or something like that. And it was because there was a contest in the newspaper, and we were supposed to write a recipe.
Oh.
And it was supposed to be cute, like knowing that we would misspell words.
Right on.
But spelling them out in a way that sounds exactly like the word so that the person knows.
Like lasagna.
Yeah.
Ain't no G in there.
Yeah, it's spelling it exactly how it sounds. And so nobody in the classroom made it.
I bet y'all did.
In this competition, right? Everybody just spelled it wrong. She got so mad, talked down to everybody. And it was just like, for me to be 30 now, and I still remember that, you don't forget that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's wild. Nah, that's crazy. So yeah, this teacher needs to be fired, man. Administrative leave. Imagine if you would had that teacher been black and had that student been white. Boy, it would be national news. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, everywhere.
I know how like difficult it is when you're dealing with other people's like poop. Because I used to work in childcare. And so I primarily worked with infants. So dealing with their poop is understandable. They're babies. They cannot wipe their own asses. But sometimes I used to have to volunteer in the 3- and 4-year-old classrooms. And I do recall like several kids asking me, could I wipe their butts? And I used to be so disgusted by it. Because I'm like, why you can't wipe your own behind? But now that I have a 3-year-old, I understand why they can't wipe their own behind.
Can't get back in the ass twizzler like he need to, the ass twizzler.
However, considering like I don't know how the school is set up, but if he's in kindergarten, it's a regular school. They have a janitorial staff.
Come on, man. You got people you got a plunger. Just go call. How difficult was it for this lady to go ahead, walk down to the principal's office, send her assistant? Because in kindergarten, please believe, they have assistant teachers right there. Hey, Miss Jones, go down and let the principal know that the bathroom is clogged up and we need the staff to come, the custodial staff to come unclog it. Boom, bam, no harm, no foul. Now she's done this for what? What good does she get? What kind of pleasure does she get out of this? Seeing this kid humiliated. Make it make sense. It doesn't.
This is why I always want the flexibility to where I can go up to the school and whip some ass in the middle of the day if I have to.
I'm telling you straight up.
I just cannot.
Man, let me see your daddy, man. Let me talk to your boyfriend. Let me talk to your husband, because we got to fight. That's why I go to the gym, man. I'm telling you, I might have to break a nigga off, mess with my baby. I'm telling you straight up. If your kid smack my baby in the face and you don't control your kid, I'm fighting the parent, the dad, not the mom. I'm fighting the dad. You remember that time we got in, we went to a bar a long time ago and we were playing darts and you got into it with this girl because she wouldn't move and she kept scooting her chair back and you were sitting in that chair first and she kept throwing darts and you were like, she's not gonna say excuse me, and she bumped you, and then that's when all hell broke loose. And I was sitting there. I said, hey man, ma'am, where is your boy? Let me talk to whoever you here with. And me and him got into it. It was about to go down in the real way. I'm not even gonna argue with you. Let me talk to the dude you here with, because me and him gotta have a problem. If you and her got a problem,
dealing with them bars in East Nashville.
Everybody got a problem now. So let's do it. And I was with some cool big white dude. Remember big dude?
Yeah.
Oh, he
was ready. He was ready to go. But
so I'm talking about the big homeboy. What's my homeboy name, man?
I don't remember.
He was cool as hell.
With him.
Yeah, he was cool as hell. He had my back. Met him one day. We were ready. Me and him ready to go. He like Vader. Remember Vader off the wrestling? It's Vader time. I promise, dude, look just like him. He ready to squabble with me.
It's the entitlement. Like it's always the entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even going back to the bar and her entitlement.
Yeah.
They really be out here feeling like, I don't know. It's like in their head, they really feel like we were back in the day and like black people scared to confront them.
I just don't understand about the shit though. Like beyond entitlement, right? What kind of pleasure did you get from that? She had to get a kick out of that. And I just don't get what she got out of doing that to that kid. So if somebody can explain it to me, then, I don't know. But to be on administrative leave baffles me. She needs to be fired, and she needs to be fired immediately. Consider Karen Lassiter. Get her out of here. And it's all I got to say about it in here.
And even like Charlemagne said with the news.
Yeah.
The fact that they don't even be wanting to call them out by their name.
It's the unconscious bias.
Anytime like our people do something, their name, your name is what they know first.
You don't even think about it, man, but it's so deeply rooted in you that it's like common practice at that point. You know what I mean? Like it's really an unconscious bias to how we think, and we got to shake it, man. Just be around people who don't look and act like you. And then that's when you'll start figuring things out. The world just doesn't revolve around your own little bubble.
I'll never forget when I was working at a daycare. Very few black girls worked in this daycare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was a girl like I had grown to be close to while we were there. Like I considered her a friend while we were working there until her true colors started to come out. And I remember us, I think it may have been election time.
Uh-oh.
Or yeah, Obama was in office. And so I asked her, I don't even know if I asked her who she voted for, or maybe I did ask her. Because she didn't want to answer the question. And she was just kind of like, oh, you know I'm from the South. I'm a white woman in the South. And I was just like, and what exactly does that mean?
I mean, she white and she know how to fight. No, I'm just playing.
And so I literally had to explain for her. I said, I don't understand how you white women from the South don't have your own brains. Like you know right from wrong.
And wrong from right.
And that was when I realized that, like, because it was in another place that I worked at. No, this must have been something else. No, Obama was already in office. So the first
you dealt with a lot
coworker,
of racist places you worked at.
I did.
You need to start reevaluating the
I
people
did.
you associate yourself with.
You don't know who you're working with until you start working there.
You know what, you are right about that. Shout out to Gonzalo.
Because the previous job that I had before then, we actually voted at that year.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And my coworker, like, she walked in and said that she didn't vote for Obama because she always votes for who her husband votes for.
Mm-hmm. You did tell me that.
And I was just like, oh, okay, so your husband's a racist.
Pretty much.
And by you following the actions of your husband, you're a racist too. Like, it's just, I'm so confused. And I used to be at work like, how do y'all get like this? Like, it was so baffling to me. And so people, you really don't be knowing their true colors. And I was thinking about this other day. This is why I have a hard time.
Gotta watch out.
That's why I have a hard time trusting.
She don't like new people. Y'all know me by now. I love new people. Come holler at your boy. I'm your guy. Holler at me.
It's really, new people in general, yes. I was going to say I definitely have a hard time trusting white women because anytime that I've even tried to be anything more than like friendly associates with them, it always backfires. Always.
Well, we're gonna try to turn over a new leaf. We don't leave that stigma sticking around.
I try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. And then they show their true colors and you get the hell on down.
They always end up showing their true colors. Like, even with this past election, people who I thought were incredible people in the past, they showed their true ass colors.
Yeah, like the homie, like my dad's friend. What's the homie name? Damn, what's my dad's friend's name?
Oh yeah, damn, I forgot his name too.
Anyway, I don't think blood racist at all. I think he's just ignorant. I don't think cuz racist, but cause he showed love. Like, he showed hella love to my dad and my dad's memorial, my dad's funeral and everything. But boy, after that, BLM, George Floyd died. My man was on the front line caping for the police. You feel me? But yeah, something wrong with cuz. I think he just ignorant and don't understand the ways of the world. So it is what it is.
I think it's that they all have a piece of racism deep down.
Oh yeah.
And
the unconscious bias, baby. That's all I'm gonna say.
They just don't know what it looks like to them. So that's why I'm so adamant about trying to send Blake to a diverse school.
Okay.
I don't want him to look and all his teachers be white. I don't want all his friends to be white. I want him to know it, diversity, experience diversity.
And we will do that.
I always went to predominantly black schools.
Big black. 3 white people.
Except for my high school, but I had been in black schools so long that I just always gravitated towards other black students.
There it is.
But my sister always went to predominantly white schools, and we had a completely different experience.
Yes, yeah, you guys did.
Completely different experience, and this ain't even to say that black teachers won't cut a food, because sometimes they be thrown off too.
We already know
they be thrown off too, but it's in a different way.
Yeah,
it's in a different way.
For sure, you right. Well, man, listen, like I said, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, it's just not rooted in racism. Nah, it's a completely different type of issue.
Yeah, you would rather deal with your own kind. You feel me? So, but like I said, listen, we ain't going to just keep beating the dead horse. We ain't going to prolong it, but we are going to say this whole episode was rooted in unconscious bias. So get out of your own damn way, people. Go out there and explore. Let your mind be free and get the racism away from me. India, I ain't even going to do the rest. Tell the people where they can find you. I'm going to let it shake like this.
India.Marie. Go to She Did That Co page. If you're looking for vendor information like I said, come see me on March 27th.
We'll be there. She'll be there. I might be there. I might be there later on. I got to work that morning. You can find me at BLove1911 on all social platforms. Be sure to follow She and I Podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. Leave us a message in the DM or shoot us a message in the email. She and I Podcast at gmail.com or info at sheandipodcast.com. Either one. Hey, we see you there everywhere. You feel me? It's been real. It's been fun. I out in a real way.